All right, welcome back, everybody. If you're trying to get healthy and lower your blood pressure at the same time, you might have heard of the DASH diet.
And just because you start a new diet doesn't mean it has to be boring. Registered dietitian Dana White is showing us some great recipes from her new cookbook. Dana, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, guys. How are you? Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to share my new cookbook with you.
I'm so excited to learn about the DASH diet. I don't think Melissa and I have ever even heard of it.
Yeah, we haven't. What is it?
So believe it or not, the DASH diet has been around since the early 1990s. And unlike a lot of fad diets, it actually has some science behind it. So DASH stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, which is originally what the NIH created it for, helping with blood pressure. But after some decades of research, they've actually determined that it's actually an all-around really healthy diet to help benefit your health and help you lose weight as well.
That's fantastic. All right, so you're going to share 3 recipes with us?
Yes. Okay. So the idea is here now, we are cutting back on some sodium, which most Americans eat too much of anyway. But if we get rid of some of the sodium, we have to replace that flavor because we want our food to taste good, right? Nobody wants to eat food that doesn't taste good. So I have tricks with each 3 of these recipes to kind of show how we're boosting the flavor.
Okay.
All right. So first up for breakfast, the book is organized around making things ahead of time for meal prep. So there's proteins and sides and some breakfast, all that you can make ahead. So first up is a mango and pineapple smoothie where we have Greek yogurt for protein. And the real secret ingredient here is coconut water, which is really high in potassium, which helps lower blood pressure.
Okay.
And then for meal prep, I love this ninja countertop model right here. And all you do is I put the things ahead of time in the freezer, dump them in here with the coconut water, blend it, and run right out the door. So that's a good for a breakfast or a snack.
And Dana, can you use other,
right.
if you're not fond of those particular fruits, can you substitute?
For sure, absolutely. I think really in terms of lowering your blood pressure, I think the coconut water, there's also a banana in here. But other than that, you can swap out for frozen berries. Cherries would even be really nice in there, whatever you like.
Okay, great.
All right, so for lunch,
all right, so,
are we switching it up with lunch and also doing some healthy add-ins in there?
Yeah, for sure. So like for protein, right? So we want to keep protein in all of our meals. So, but we also want it to be fast. So this is a chili roasted shrimp.
Yum.
So it's a sheet pan meal. You can take a couple pounds of shrimp. I did this last night, right? Because it's meal prep, some chili powder and really boost the flavor. Again, keeping the sodium on the lower side, and it takes 10 minutes in the oven. And you can store it in the fridge for days and pick at it for lunches and dinners.
And what is it, served around chips? Is that, what are those, like nachos or something?
Right here?
Yeah. No.
This is actually quinoa.
No, the other dish, the one that you just showed us, the shrimp. Sorry.
Oh, it's just some lemon slices.
Oh, lemon slices. I couldn't see that.
Nice, for a little extra flavor.
Yeah, no, sorry, Scott. We don't get any chips, but you put a little lemon
No
on
chips.
there.
I'm sorry,
and,
it's not chip, but I'll take the lemon slices.
So Dana, it's really important to meal prep when you're trying to do a diet like this, right? So that you're not like scrambling to find out what you're going to eat, like plan it out ahead of time.
Exactly. But some people, my book is actually for beginners, whether you're a beginner for DASH or a beginner for meal prep. So I've given 6 weeks of meal plans that are all mapped out for you with all the nutrition information. But then I've also included a weekly shopping list and then a game plan, I call it, so that you know on your meal prep day what you need to make for the week ahead.
Okay,
that's great.
Excellent.
All right, so what about dinner? I'm excited to see the next one.
This is actually a side dish. So this is so flexible that you can do this so you can make all the different proteins that are in the book, and then you can make all the different sides to go with it. So instead of dinner, what I've got here is actually a quinoa salad. So again, the secret ingredient here, we're going to use some dried cherries that are loaded with anti-inflammatory antioxidants, some pine nuts, some green onion. We have fiber, we have protein. And then I think one of the secret ingredients here is you don't want a really salty dressing. So I'm using lemon juice and lemon zest to really elevate the flavor without adding just a ton of salt onto here instead.
I love it. It sounds so good. And I think people need to know, right? It's okay to eat fat. We used to always think don't eat any fat.
Don't eat any fat.
But fat's actually good for you.
Yeah, and I think we always like to demonize a macronutrient, right? So it's carbs, it's fat. Really, that's what I love about DASH is that there's all food groups are represented. in a balanced way. So we obviously aren't going to have a lot of this saturated fats, which don't promote heart health, but we're going to emphasize those heart healthy unsaturated fats with things like olive oil, nuts, nut butters, because those help keep you satisfied, because who wants to be on a diet where you're starving every minute?
All right, Dana, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. And good luck with the book.
Thanks, guys.
All right, again, Dana's new cookbook is called Dash Diet Meal Prep for Beginners. You can find it online or at Dana's website, DanaWhiteNutrition.com. She's
Looks good.
terrific.
Yeah.